Those of you that know me know that I have tons of books on business and leadership and management. I lost count at about 500. While organizing them last year, I found 4 marketing management textbooks. How I ended up with 4 marketing management textbooks is beyond me. Don't ask. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But these are the same textbooks that are used to teach marketing students today. And as I look through them, only one of them talks about or even acknowledges the presence of Glocal marketing, which essentially is marketing within online communities that are centered around local interests and personal interests and personal needs. 1 textbook out of 4. And what's even more surprising about this is that in that 1 textbook, there are only 4 pathetic paragraphs that are dedicated to Glocal marketing. 4 paragraphs in a textbook with more than 800 pages. Am I the only person that sees a problem with this? More than 76% of Americans get online. They're spending more than 3 hours a day online. Much of that time is spent within these social communities, and it's only worth 4 puny little pathetic paragraphs. Look, get real, McGraw-Hill. I am sure that marketing textbooks will eventually change the tune of their wildly out-of-key song. But until then, I ask the question, what can these dusty old marketing textbooks tell you about marketing in this new marketing world? What can they tell you about marketing in this new marketing world if they're not talking about anything related to the issues that you're dealing with? And if you take that even a step further, another question that I ask is, how can you learn how to take advantage of these global communities and these social media networks? When textbooks fall short and there's no cohesive, comprehensive list of best practices to follow, what happens is that many companies have to look towards submersion and adaptation. When you want to understand a culture, you have to submerge yourself within the community. No amount of research, no amount of books can compare to actually experiencing that culture firsthand. That's why global exchange programs are so popular. You have to get yourself inside of that community. And then even once you get yourself in that community, you have to play a part in it in order to really understand it. So you have to adapt to it so that they can relate to you. So submersion and adaptation, those are 2 things that big businesses are very slow to do, and small businesses do extremely well. That's why change number 3 gives small businesses an advantage. Rather than submerge, what big businesses do is they stake their marketing strategies solely on these outdated textbooks. The radical idea of trying new things out and venturing out and testing the waters, yeah, that radical idea, it's rarely encouraged. And then adaptation in large corporations is equally as difficult because these corporations suffer from the curse of their size. When it's clear that they must change, they simply can't change. Even if they want to, they can't change because they're way too big. It's like trying to turn around the Titanic at the last minute. They drag their feet on the changes, and once they are facing the iceberg, once the iceberg is right there in their face, they are simply way too big to react quickly enough. They cannot react in a way that's effectual. But small businesses, on the other hand, do well with submersion. They do well with adaptation. When you compare a small business to a big business, in these 2 areas, it's a lot like comparing the Titanic to a very small speedboat. Because of their size, what happens is that a small business can be agile, it can be flexible, it can be adaptable, and they can outmaneuver, they'll outsteer, and they'll negotiate the iceberg-filled waters better than their clunkier counterparts.